What's going on, guys? Welcome to Anything is Possible. And we're going to do another one of these you got questions, we got answers type public lives. Um, so the point of these things, it's for you guys to come in, especially newbies that might have questions on fishing. Um, we're here as a community to answer them. If I don't have the answer, someone else does. So I always start these things out by saying I was brought up in an outdoors family, much like a lot of you people, but not everybody was. A lot of people out there have not grown up in the outdoors. This is something they found either during COVID or, at some point in their life. And we can be those people that are willing to give them advice and help them along. Because I believe the more people in the water, the better, not the opposite. We see what we see out there, good and the bad, but overall, the more people involved will actually increase, I think, every opportunity for the better. And part of this is also to educate as far as conservation, cleanup, and stuff like that. Because some of the stuff we see out there is laziness, some of it's just complete ignorance. And I mean ignorance as in they don't know any better or understand any better. But the main reason is for us to be here to answer the questions that we don't even think about, that somebody that doesn't have a parent that taught them at the age of 4 how to catch a bluegill. We're here for those guys and girls. Sampy's in the house. Stuart, how did you catch those trout today is what I want to know, and what method you used. Well, I caught 3. It's pretty simple. Just read the mug, Stuart. All right. There you go. Just read the mug. It's that simple. I wake up in the morning and, what I leak excellence. Pretty easy to do. What's going on, Will? What are you up to? Second best fisherman. Get out of here. What's going on, Sue? Bud Files in the house. Welcome, welcome. So this is really laid back. I literally don't have any plan. I'm just going to hang out, chat, and if somebody's got questions, I will give them answers. But to give Stuart's fake question a real answer, mute it. You don't want to hear this because you won't listen anyway. But how I caught those, like I tell you guys, you only need one lure, and it's the trout magnet. I'm telling you, man, you guys always ask me, it's the trout magnet. Today I changed it up, and I took the trout worm off, and I put the little trout magnet thing that actually comes with it. I went old school. I actually followed the directions on the package and caught them. These are stocked trout. They're not hungry. They're not eating. They're in shock, basically. They're just thrown in the water, slow retrieve in the face, and they nip it and set the hook. And if you guys missed the live, I did a live tonight. I'm doing more of these pop-up type lives. I'm doing my 10 to 2 schedule. And then if I have fish to fillet, I'm going to pop up and do that. And I'm trying to do it so that if somebody wants to know how to fillet fish, they can go watch that. And it's not just me filleting a fish unless I only caught one. Like today I did 4. So it's repetition. And I think that's helpful. If you don't need those instructions and just skip the live, that's totally cool too. So, but when I do a video, I think if I'm going to fillet one fish, I'm not going to fillet 5. One's good, right? Because you're doing a video of it. You can go back and rewind. But there's something to be said for repetition, seeing somebody do it, screw it up, fix it many times over and over again. Bud Files, when I follow I never follow directions. So to follow directions is kind of outside the box. So I always stay outside the box, even if that means getting back inside the box. That's how much of a rebel that I am. How would you rig a shiner for shore fishing Round Valley Reservoir? You've got to take me out there, Will. I've never really fished up there. I've ridden bikes and raced around there. How would you rig a shiner for shore? First thing I would ask is how far out are the trout? Like, where do you got to hit? I'm thinking you either go from the bobber, down, or drop shot and up. Depends on where the fish are holding. I could envision doing a bobber dropping down with a jig head, and I can also envision a drop shot weightless size 6 or size 8. I don't know how big the trout get up there, off the bottom. And I'm thinking both of those, like the drop shot might allow you to do a longer cast because you can put like, a 1 ounce lead if you have to or something heavy on it. And it's the drop shot basically for those guys who don't, or those girls or those humanoids that don't know, or anglers, that's the right word. Anglers don't know. That's basically a line. Let me go show you. I have a Sabiki, but same idea. I'll show you this. So this rod right here, let me unhook this and make sure there's no cats around because this thing's great for catching cats too, which I don't want to catch tonight. All right, bear with me guys. One-handed here. Okay, so ignore that there's many hooks on this. All right, for our purpose, this is a drop shot rig, meaning the weight is at the bottom, right? You go up and you got your line going out to your hook with your bait. So this allows you to cast far and you can bounce this on the bottom and this thing will just sit there. But the key is that this is basically weightless, which is what you want for trout. It's like a real delicate presentation. It's not real close to the weight and it's just slamming all over the place. So this will kind of just flow with the current and bump around and you get more bites. So that's what I'm thinking. Don't hold me to it, Will. Just, when you're doing these type of public lives, I don't want anyone to take my word as gospel. It's just my take on it. When somebody asks a question, I've never fished there that I can remember. I may have fished there once, but I wasn't serious about it at the time. Let me get caught up here. Wendy's in the house. Welcome, Wendy. I see River Rat. Let me get you guys back on my holder. Oh. Ernest, good to hear you got the clearance. Have you been out fishing yet? Everyone was a Smith at one time till we kicked them all out. Get out of here. Bulk, what's going on, buddy? What's going on? Did you read the mug, Stuart? I think you ignored the mug, okay? I mean, I'm as humble as they can be, but just, Actually, this is Kevin's mug. I borrowed it. I borrowed Kevin's mug. Serious. I wish I was joking, but I'm serious. Sue is having typing problems. That cup is mine. It's nice and tin. I like it. You can put it on the wood stove. It's great. I'm terrible with directions. Yeah. It says River Rat on the back. Right there, I put a sticker over it. It used to say River Rat. What's that? Oh man, what was that movie where they got to deliver? It's kind of a dirty movie. I probably shouldn't say that here, I think. But they had to deliver a bunch of it's used cars. Go figure. Pretty sure that's the name of the movie, Used Cars. And they have to deliver. They get slammed for like false advertising because they say they have 1 mile of cars. And they don't have a mile of cars, but it's a lot. So they have to like go steal and buy a bunch of cars so that when whoever's got to inspect their facts or fact check them, they got to come out and measure these cars, and they're running around stealing it. But one of the guys stealing the cars is deathly afraid of red, is where I'm going with this. And the one car, paint starts scraping off, and it's like red underneath, and he freaks out. Yeah, I figured somebody would know it. It's a great movie, isn't it? Classic. Making sure my phone's charged because I don't really have a full charge on this thing. And it's talking to me like it ain't charged. Come on, don't do this to me. Piece of crap. Are you gonna be charged now? Okay. If I put my phone down, let's see. Yeah, it's charging now. What a pain in the butt this is. All right. So now I'm gonna be like, all for this. think it's still charging. Okay, we'll just deal with it. So yeah, that's basically what we're doing, hanging out, see if anyone comes in with questions. Other than that, I'm not going to write a script, because every time I write a script, I just go on this whole tangent. I don't know if anyone really has those questions. So, Skeeter, what's going on? Good to see you, buddy. Will says, I was thinking of fishing a Carolina type rig with a 3/8 ounce sinker or 1 ounce sinker attached to a small medium swivel with a circle hook. I mean, it definitely could work. I don't. Carolina rig, 3/8 ounce egg sinker. So the circle hooks, they got to pull tension on it. Yeah, I mean, I could see that working. That's kind of what I've been fishing up at the lake. With the slip, it's basically a Carolina with the slip egg sinker going out to something light. I've been trying to, I have a J hook, so I have to set the hook. And I've been line watching for the trout, wait till they pull it. Lake trout fishing is no joke. It is totally different than fishing in a creek. In my opinion, it's a lot harder, a lot more annoying too. I enjoy creek fishing. Like today, and maybe it's just my experience, I know where those trout are holding in a creek, and I'm just going to bombard them in the head till they snap at it, basically. I just repeat that. For me, in a creek, it's all about figuring out how deep they are. And once you know where one trout is, you basically know where they're holding in the current as far as height. And then it's just bringing that presentation in their face and, hitting them head on in the quarter until they bite. Fix the notification problem. Would you hook a shiner through the lip or through the back for targeting trout? I do it both ways, Raptor. I don't know if there's a right answer to that. I tend to hook through the lips more. Sometimes they fall off on the cast that way. It just depends on the fish. If you do the on the back, just make sure you go under the backbone. Otherwise, you will kill it a lot quicker. But I'll say Kevin prefers to hook it on its back, and I prefer to hook it on the lip. But now if I'm fishing pickerel, I go for the back because they tend to slam it from the side like a muskie or a pike, and you have a quicker hookup. You don't have to wait for it to move it. If you hook it through a head for a pickerel or a pike or a muskie, you got to wait till they shift it. They won't swallow it sideways. They'll shift that fish to head first and then take it. Then you can set the hook. I don't got time for that. So I make sure it's in the middle of the body, or I do a quick strike rig, which is a hook in the lip and the back. But they never look right in the water. They sound good on TV shows and camera, but to me, one hook is all you need if you know what you're doing. But they are good. Quick strike, I'm not going to badmouth. Quick strike rigs save muskies' lives, no doubt about it. Because if you use a quick strike rig and you get a hook, get a hit, you can set it immediately. That's what they're for. So people look at it and they're like, oh my gosh, that's 6 or 9 hooks. That thing's going to be dead. Not really. It's never going to swallow that. As soon as it hits it, you're going to set the hook, and you should have them. Let's see. Danny the Stringer Man, welcome. I always see you hanging out over in the Duck Central, the Skeeters. Welcome over to Anyfin. Appreciate you stopping by. Let me get you a wrench, buddy. I'll wrench you up, make it easy for you to connect around. Appreciate you popping over. Just kind of doing a low-key live, answering questions. Anyone's got fishing questions. A lot of times this time of year we get people in. Well, I used to do these very formal every Tuesday night in the winter, and we would get people in around this time of year asking questions about gifts and things for kids. So all those type questions are also welcomed. What's going on, Jimmy? Are you and Kevin to the creek tomorrow? Be there in the morning. I'm not sure. We were there today. We got some jumbos. We stocked. I don't need to go into all the details. You'll know the details. You know where we stocked. We put 2.5-year-old holdovers in. I don't know if you caught any of my live earlier filleting them, but some monsters in there. And we spread them out pretty good, so any of the holes you like should be good. That being said, I think I'm deer hunting in the morning with Lyle, my older boy. I think we're going to be deer hunting. And then in the afternoon, I'm going to fish with Kev. I don't know where. And I don't know. He's kind of been off of trout this week, so I don't know if he's going to want to chase trout tomorrow. And then tomorrow night, once it gets dark, I think I'm going to go live from the porch, and we're going to smoke those big trout. We got them marinating right now, so we're going to marinate them all night, and then I will rinse them off when we're done hunting, sit them in the fridge for 3 hours, let them dry out a little bit, and then smoke them. That's our process usually. Let's see. What's going on, Skeeter? You and your ducks, man. Everyone knows those ducks belong. No matter where I am or what live I'm in, they got ducks or geese. They're like, oh, look, Skeeter's ducks. Let it rip, Skeeter. What, oh, I better not say that to you. What question do you have? Let me rephrase that. I don't have the flies with me, Stuart. I think they're upstairs. If you got a question on fly fishing, I'll answer it. Can't sleep, saw you're live, so hopping in. Well, I appreciate that, Danny. Unfortunately, if I was fishing, I guarantee you'd fall asleep in no time. But instead, you got me talking, so I don't know. But my lives have been known to put people to sleep. I'm dead serious. I've had grown men come up to me and compliment me by saying that we watch your videos to put our kids down to bed. It's like, hey man, watch hour is a watch hour. Where's the fish so I can catch them? All right, Skeeter, listen up. Listen up. I know in the winter when you don't see fish, it gets disheartening. But guess what? They're in the water. They're there. They're still there. They might be down in the leaves, but they're under the water. They might not be real active, but they are there. You got to go out and try to get them. Hey, Rod, what's going on, buddy? I hope you're doing all right. Sorry for your bad news there on Facebook. Saw that. Hope all is good, bud. Keep watching so I can catch them. Yeah, put one of my long videos on, Danny, and you'll be out in no time. Yeah, how far away can you travel, Skeeter? I'm going to bring up a map right now and kind of look for places. We'll talk in code. Squirrel, my PA brother, what's going on, buddy? What are you up to? How do you get through the winter, Squirrel? What do you do? Do you still throw that magnet around? I'll tell you, man, this is going to be nasty. My busted up thumb, I drove that hatchet through it. Let me tell you, this is the first winter with this. Holy cow, man. That cold water hit it today at the fillet table, and I'm not kidding. It was like torture. Oh, man, I kind of gathered that real quick and just reading the chats. That's tough. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that, Rod. That's what stinks, man. I'm not that old, but I'm getting to the point where it gets tough. You get older, you start seeing people passing away. My 7-hour live will put you to sleep. Yeah, man. Lives will do that to you sometimes. You know what? I take it as a compliment. Fishing is relaxing, right? Everybody fishes to relax, and then they go on YouTube and they think they have to entertain everybody. It kind of is, but it's a mix. You can't be fake, you know. I'm just poking around. Right now, I'm just poking around Skeeter's house. Don't worry about it. I'm just literally poking around Skeeter's house on Google Earth. Looking for fishing spots. Love our toy pups. What is going on? Welcome in, welcome in. Love our toy pups. I was trying to get in contact with you. If you can, give me an email at holitnariverlodge@gmail.com. I know it's a mouthful. Let me write it down. Maybe Stuart can type it in there. But you want a knife, and I have to figure out if and how I can get it to you. Not sure where you live. It is a fixed blade knife, so It's got a chance of shipping, unlike like a a fold up knife. You can't. It's really hard to ship those. Sometimes I can. I can't. I don't know if I can do international. It's not cost as much as it is legality and the postal service. But if you can give me an email at Holitna River Lodge, and Holitna is spelled Holitna River Lodge at gmail.com. We can discuss that. I'll try to get it to you or get something to you as a replacement if I can't get you this knife. Skeeter, we watch you. We don't expect. There's something to be said for that, Skeeter. You do a live and you start just catching fish left and right. You might alienate some people, make them feel bad, but the secret is Skeeter actually can catch a ton of fish, but he knows, you can get more viewers if you just act like you don't know what you're doing and you don't catch many. He's just playing you guys. Squirrel, I will be doing an unboxing from Temu on Saturday around 10 or 10:30. So that's tomorrow. 10:30 Eastern Standard Time. Squirrel's got an unboxing. Awesome. I have one. I got to do a video. I got it might be the same thing. No, because this company just sent one to Ted too from Off the Hook. But Save Your Heat gloves. They just sent me. I haven't even opened it yet because it's got to be an unboxing video. But I'm gonna shoot that video before I go to bed tonight. At least the unboxing part, because I'm hunting in the morning with Lyle in like 10 hours, not even. So those gloves are going to be for Lyle. And they have to charge. They're like electronic heat. So that's coming as the next video. Our striper video is out, long form video. And that's doing really good. It was over probably 600 by now. 545. It's slowing down maybe. Let me I've been taking my time on these long videos to try to make them good. Yeah, it's at 615 on the studio, so it's still climbing. I'm hoping to get into the thousands at least on that one. Spent a lot of time on that. If you guys haven't seen that, please check that out. 3 nice catches, 2 over the slot. Spent a lot of time editing that one. If you could share it, that would be much appreciated. What is your favorite fly line you like to use floating, a midge tip, intermediate, or sinking? I guess it's intermediate. I never use floating line because of the conditions I fish in. I don't like sinking line, so it must be an intermediate. Floating a midge tip. I don't really fish. I don't think I fish midges. I do mostly imitation stuff, impulse, reaction strike, fake things like that. I'll throw the woolly bugger. I'll throw your greeny weenies. Other than that, if I dry fly fish, it's like 2 days. 2 days in the springtime if the conditions are just right, or it's in the summer for like sunfish. And then I'll throw almost anything at them because they're not picky. They're just looking for something small and natural. So yeah, I'm not going to get nerded out on fly line. To me, it's more about the tippet material and having the right size tippet to get the bites. I do not have Discord. All right, Canada shouldn't be too bad. Awesome. That is my email right there. We don't use email. Really? Let me look up Discord. I don't know what Discord is. I hear it. It's Discord. Oh God, this don't look good. Discord. The first thing that pops up from Google: a guide for parents and educators. Text, voice, video, instant messaging platform. So I guess I have to set up Discord through my phone. It's amazing you won. Yeah, you won the big prize. Look. That's what you won. Swiss Tech Yeah, the super nice setup. It comes. I almost didn't want to give this up. But it's got like the little handle sheath that you can wear. So I will set up Discord. I'll figure out how to do this. I'm guessing I need to do it on my phone. I'll set up Discord and then figure out what my handle is and get that to you so that we can get set up. Skeeter's going to be live at 8 a.m. tomorrow. Awesome, awesome. I may be watching, but I'll probably have you muted because I'll be in the tree stand. I have an enemy. My link for Discord is in my bio. Okay, you're, yeah, no worries, Lover Toy Pops. You are safe in our community. We'll take care of you. We that's why we're here. My link for Discord is in my bio. Link in bio. Okay. I'll track you down. All right, Danny. We have done our job. We got Danny to go to sleep. Have a good sleep, buddy. Mitch, tip is a line the tip section sink. Yeah, that's what I call intermediate. Just the tip, a couple feet out, goes down. That's what I use. If you're looking for a brand name, I'd have no idea. I just get whatever's on sale. Like I said, I do fly fish, but I'm not one of those like fly fish nerds by any means. Yeah, it's a nice one. Appreciate you, Toy Pups. Yeah, we'll definitely get Discord. Hey, Adam, welcome in. Thanks for coming in here. This is a Fishing Live. If you got any questions on fishing, fire away. We got a good community here. We like to answer any questions you guys have on fishing. That's what we're doing here. If I don't know the answer to it, chances are there's somebody hanging out in the room that will be able to answer. Hey, Mark, welcome in, welcome in. Muting you now. Well, I can't have you live, you passing gas while I'm out there hunting, Skeeter. Ducks quacking in my blind. I'm trying to harvest some meat out there, man. Mark Andrews, he's a new name to our chat. Welcome in, welcome in. If you got any questions on fishing, let me know. We pop up. If you've checked out my channel, you know we got a ton of long form videos. I fish live daily. This is my full-time gig, but I also like to pop up live and just make sure I'm available. You know, to answer any type of questions. Adam has 0 subs, 0 content, channel made yesterday. Awesome, man. That's my favorite type of person right there. Welcome to the internet. 710 hook sets. That's a lot of hook sets on one day, man. Mark's killing it. You better take lessons from him, Stuart. But seriously, welcome in. If you got any questions we can help you with, ask away. We're a family-friendly fishing channel. I've got me, my 2 sons, and my wife. We all fish. We all harvest meat, deer meat, fish meat. We don't buy a lot of food from the store. We grow our own food, catch our own food, shoot our own food as much as possible. But yeah, I'll stay live up till 8, even if there's nobody in here, just hanging out in case somebody comes by that actually has a question. But we'll have a good chat. Dinner time. Dang, man, you eat late, Ernest. Of course, you're going to be out all night probably. All right, buddy, enjoy your dinner. Here comes Brad, Horsehead man himself. I have a very serious question. What size sinker do you suggest to break through 1/8 inch of ice? What I would do is I would get the minnow trap. It's like this big. And I would give it to Stuart, right? Let Stuart hold it and then shove them in. That ought to do it. That's what I would suggest. There's Amateur Angler. Let me hand him a wrench since I'm available. I think that's Matt. I'm suck at names. I'm sorry if I'm screwing that up. But we're just hanging out. There's retired Rick. Welcome, welcome. We're just hanging out. This is going to be our new format when we pop up. It's always going to be like an hour. It's not going to be every night, but a couple times a week we'll pop up just for the purpose of answering any questions that people have on fishing. It can be certain species, but specifically for people that are newer to fishing, or even maybe a parent of a child and they're shopping for Christmas and they don't know what to get them. Yeah. Lover toy pups. A lot of fishing channel. We were talking about this on Yogi's channel. We're pretty much just love to be outdoors, and you're not catching a lot. You're outdoors. You're enjoying the outdoors. For a lot of us, it calms our anxiety, depression. It's our treatment. It's what we do to get out of the house. Some of us have like addictions. It allows us to get out of the house, get fresh air, which is really important. So yeah, it doesn't matter that you don't fish. We still have tons in common. There's a lot of anglers out there that I don't have as much in common as I do with Yogi, who's a vegan. So, it doesn't necessarily make a difference. We look at the things that we have in common, not the things that we have different. Yeah, if you love camping, then yeah, that's my favorite thing to do. And right now, it's tough to go camping because of our format with the kids in school and everything. But in the summer, we do a ton of that. In fact, right now, my wife's upstairs researching RVs because we're driving to Florida in late February. And that's our next big trip. We're renting an RV and we're driving to Florida. It's going to be awesome. We're going to be broke. I don't know how we're going to afford it. We're going to be broke after it. But the kids are at that age where this is probably the only big trip we're going to have before they get to the age where they might not want to be around us. Hopefully that's not the case, but you're dealing with certain biological things and, no longer will a teenager, sometimes want to be with their parents. The lake froze over 100% today, but I went and checked it out and it was thawed enough to fish, knock on wood. There's Mr. Tully. Yeah, so ATC's up in Canada. We're here in Pennsylvania, so we're all East Coast. And we were watching Ray from Fishhead Videos yesterday. So we had Ontario, Canada represented. We had Pennsylvania, and then we had Florida. So Brad's watching. He's chipping his minnow out. Ray's down there in Florida complaining that he had to put a sweatshirt on because it was so cold. And then I'm kind of in the middle, So I have like frostbite and poison ivy at the same time. That's Pennsylvania. It renews us every time. Yeah, I love nature is, I'm a big Emerson and Thoreau guy. I studied a lot of their writings and I'm big into the nature and I don't classify and categorize myself as anything, but I totally believe in when you go barefoot outside, I feel better. You'll see Kevin today got a bunch of people complaining like that he's crazy. He's running around flip flops. And I'm like, he loves it. And he goes in the water. No matter how cold the water is, he goes in up to his knees, pulls up his pant legs and in he goes. You can always warm up. You would rock a campfire question. Do fish sleep? That is a question. I don't think they do. Let me Google this. I know they rest and they go into a state, but the thing is, what is sleep, right? At what point does rest become sleep? Are we classifying it by do they shut their eyes? So let's see what Google says. This is why you came here, right? So I can go Google things. But that's the answer. They don't actually sleep, they rest, I guarantee you. But let's go see what it says. Do fish sleep? Yes, fish sleep, but their sleep patterns differ from those humans. Fish have regular periods of reduced activity and metabolism, which restore them physically and refresh them. However, fish sleep patterns vary by species and environment. For example, some fish are diurnal, meaning they move around the day and rest at night, while others are nocturnal and sleep during the day. So that's interesting. I know I've searched this before and they said they don't sleep. Fish do. Yeah. So, and then the second article from NOAA says, while fish do not sleep in the same way that land mammals sleep, most fish do rest. So, yeah, they basically go into some type of a trance where their metabolism slows, their activity, of course, slows. Um, so, yeah, I say they definitely rest, right? Uh, we trailer park as well. I missed that. Uh, Not sure what you were trying to type there. Sorry, I missed that one a little bit. Uh, oh my God, Stuart, I'm gonna throw up. Selma, kind girl, lover, toy pup. That's the other. Welcome, welcome. I've seen you before. I know you're the same channel, and I was committed to reading it. You were one of those pyros. That's my wife. She's always got to poke the fire. Anytime I make a fire, she runs around poking the logs. Uh, Lord. Uh, oh God, look who we got in here. Hey, Kevin, look at my mug. Like that? How do you catch a sunfish? Get your kid to do it. Wild Japan, welcome in, Dylan. I hope you're doing well. Um, why don't you tell us how to catch a sunfish, Littlefin? Littlefin is Kevin. That's my son. If you guys don't have Kevin, connect over to him. But seriously, sunfish, my favorite way to catch a sunfish is under a trout bobber, little floating bobber, cork bobber, where the line goes through the middle of it. Put the little cork on it. Give it, you know, maybe a foot, maybe 2 feet, depending on where you're fishing. Tiny hook, size like 8, no bigger than a 6. Aberdeens work pretty good, easy to pop them out, but any type of J hook, a little piece of worm, awesome. Anything that imitates a worm, any little piece of like fake worm, rubber worm, piece of corn, piece of bacon, piece of salami, piece of cheese, anything, pea. They'll eat almost anything like that. So yeah. 7:30, almost bedtime for Kevin. Little Finn's gonna go to bed soon. Myra's in the house. Welcome, welcome. Kevin is Clyde. I think I go fishing. I think I go fishing when they're asleep. Yeah, Matt. Right? Let's see. Dang, I'm way behind in chat. The first gut I have ever met, I might be Guy, but let me play on. The first gut I ever met that is also a Thoreau fan. My copy of Walden Pond is dog-eared. Like I have a, yeah, Thoreau. I went and drove around his little place up there in Maine or wherever it was. I don't remember. I think it was up in Maine. Maybe it was New Hampshire, somewhere up in New England. Who knows? But Walden Pond's got like the turnpike right behind his place. And you know what? He had a major road behind it. I thought he was in the middle of nowhere. He really wasn't. But still awesome stuff. Let me get caught up here. Fish when they're asleep. And Myra, welcome in. Buying Space is in the house. Hope you're doing well. Guys, we're going to do an ASMR later. Awesome. Lover Toy Pups does a lot of ASMR streams. So if you're, they're good to calming you down. That's what those are. You need something in the background. Put that on and run it. I'm sure there's playlists over there as well that you can run and keep them running, just as background, calm you down. That's what they're for. But yeah, I'm trying to think if there's anything else I want to talk about. But like I said, we're here for you guys. Anyone that comes in and has questions, we're here for them. I got Atlas, Stewart, Glacier, Gentleman Prospector. Yeah, I got everybody else I need to get to as far as my chores. Any Pennsylvania people in the house? Hey, Jenny's in the house. Speaking of Pennsylvania people. But for hunting, everything's out. Everything went out of season today except for deer. I don't like the way the regs say the archery goes out, but then rifle comes in. But we use a bow during rifle season anyway. So we're still going to be hunting deer in the morning, fishing in the afternoon. May not be able to co-stream tonight, but maybe tomorrow. Sounds good. Yeah, we'll be up for another about a half an hour. Do you guys like bird watching? Yes, we have a bird feeder outside, and I don't sit down and stare at birds, but I'll tell you, when I lived in Alaska, we did, and we knew every bird because there was nothing else to do. A bird came by, we made sure we got to identify it, and I made up songs for most of them. Trying to think of the one. And it was funny, you'd come up with a song for their chirping. And I'm telling you, I went months up there by myself with no other human contact, and I almost went crazy. This one bird song, I had a big long sentence for it. It's good. It's a good sign for my mental health that I no longer remember the song. Massachusetts was one of the most experience I've ever had. Crystal clear water. Yep. Yeah, we drove. We did a trip up to Mount Katahdin in Maine, so we were hitting a lot of spots, and we hit that. But I studied philosophy in college. I was like an English major, journalism, kind of bumped around a little bit and then settled in and got my bachelor's in that. And then did most of my master's work as well in education, English, and poetry, believe it or not. That's a discussion for another day. We got a little bit of snow here while I was cleaning fish. While I was outside trying to clean fish, it was snowing. I do, Matt, yes. And I will not be putting it on after what Cast Blast Camp had happened to them. Almost lost his whole channel, so no, I will not be doing a video on it. They tried to take them down. So, but yes, I do butcher my own deer. Yeah. Yeah, I missed that. Brad, so I was alone so long up there that when my wife came, I said like 4 words and lost my voice. I don't know. I feel like that's still a pretty special experience because a lot of people don't know, haven't been through something like that. But I literally hadn't talked in so long that I lost my voice almost immediately. But I think I got a weak voice anyway. I think I got some issues there, but wait, what's Dylan talking about? Worst tasting fish. Do you guys like bird watching? I think I missed something. Are you asking me what the worst tasting fish is? Bass tastes pretty good. But it's a big lie that bass tastes bad. It's just a big sunfish. ATC is hoping to live fish Sunday. It may be our first snowstorm. That's going to be an epic stream. For the members that are in the house, Monday, I got to do an old-fashioned live. I'm already out of minutes, and I don't know when they roll the clock. They say 20 hours, but I tried to pop up tonight on StreamYard, and I could not do it. So technically, we're in November on Monday, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to go live on StreamYard. If I am, like I said a couple weeks ago, you probably missed it. You got lives. I'm only going to be doing every Monday's Member Monday on my channel. I go live and it's for members only all day long. I've been doing panels. Brad's been coming up. Buying Space. Myra's been coming up. Stewart's been coming up. Raptor Will's been coming up. And we've been fishing together basically. But I'm running out of hours. You can only do 20 free a month. And I want to do StreamYard for things like this so that if somebody asks me something about, maple syrup, I can bring up Brad. No, I'm just kidding. I can bring up people in different areas that they're experts in instead of just standing here talking to y'all like I know everything. So I figured I'm going to go to 2 lives a month, that are the panels on StreamYard, and the other 2 you have to just deal with my face out there fishing all day. Um, T.S. Eliot. I try to erase the names and just deal with the literature. They're just people. But yeah, T.S. Eliot's classic. I really like, yeah, I don't want to get into poetry. I'll talk poetry all night. I'm still hoping to live a live fish. Yeah, you got a little bit out. Do you have anything on the ground out by you, Squirrel? Squirrel lives about 2 or 3 hours west of me, and then Tim's probably another 2 hours from him. We're kind of spread across the state. Welcome in, Tim. Yeah, it's loneliness and being by yourself. It just depends. You can go either way. Army Mom's in the house. Welcome in. Welcome in. Yeah, we're just hanging out. If anybody's got any fishing questions, fire away. That's pretty cool. You do it yourself. Whoops. Must be heavy. Now, we're shooting white-tailed deer here, Matt, so they're not too bad. So the first thing you do, not to get too graphic, but you dress them out, which means, you're slitting them open, removing the insides, guts. That's a lot of weight. It's more than people realize. So that's done pretty much right where it stands. From there, you're dragging. They build all kinds of harnesses, and you can use a vehicle, whatever you need to. You're dragging that up, and then we use a winch. You don't even really need a winch, but when you get old, your back will be glad you got a winch. And we'll winch that up. And then some people hang them and everything else, but it's been so warm here. I end up usually, and it's a lot easier to skin them right away. For ease and convenience, especially if it's hot. I don't have a big cooler I can keep them in. I skin them. From there, there's 2 techniques. You can just remove all the meat from the bone, which is the best way to do it if you got a nice table and the weather's cooperative, because it takes a while. But once you get like halfway, the meat almost pulls off the bone. So it's a lot easier to go. But in reality, it's usually too dang hot. So I quarter it and I throw the whole legs into a freezer, and then I'll just do section by section. And I take my time and chunk it out that way and debone it that way. It will be the start of every month. So I should be okay on the 4th to pop up. So I will try to set the panel up Sunday night, and then I will put a community tab out there addressing that situation. I will try to fish live on a panel for the members on November 4th and November 18th. That'll be my goal. That'll be my goal here. Why am I so hungry? Did I eat dinner? I did eat dinner. Can someone slow time down? I'm going too fast. I feel that too, Jenny. Slow it down. I'm drinking wine again today. All right, well, moderation is key. And drink it at home or near your bed. Let's see. StreamYard hour start at the beginning of every month. I feel like you just said that. Maybe I just read that. Dusting here, cold as heck. Yeah, man. I got my busted thumb. And let me tell you, man, I was cleaning fish outside in the snow. Whoo, baby. If you know how tender underneath your nails are, well, I axed my fingernail halfway off, and the ice water hit that. Brutal. It was brutal. Oh, Jenny's down. I'm sorry to hear that. I am sorry to hear that. Hopefully we can cheer you up. Let us know if there's something we can do here. Song O Han 511. That's a new name for us. Welcome in. Thank you for coming in. If you got any questions on fishing, fire away. I'm a multi-species fishing person, but I appreciate you finding our channel. Appreciate you if you give me a thumbs up. If you like fishing, please connect over. We chase all sorts of fish. We're in the United States. We fish mostly in the state of Pennsylvania, but we do travel a good bit, and we fish every day. We do a lot of catch and cooks, a lot of cooking, what we catch. About 3 hours. I know I've ridden my bike through your town, Squirrel. It was a long ride. I've ridden my bike out to Pittsburgh, but yes. Song is from Yogi's channel. All right. Song I'm going to add as moderator. Okay. Yogi is one of my favorite humans. He's a good human. I'm going to give you a wrench so you can help. You can connect around and connect to some channels. Since you know what? I've got my desktop up here. I'm smart. Let me go find you and connect over to you. I'm sitting here with this other computer and I totally forgot I had it in front of me. So I forgot that I had these capabilities, I should say. Let me get the volume off so I don't mess everything up. SONG Ohan 511. And yep, that's a dog. That's the channel. Hit subscribe. All right, I just connected over to you, Song. Thank you so much. Appreciate you coming over here. We are a fishing channel, but like Yogi says, we do spend a lot of time in the outdoors. I try to always set my lives up in the long format so that you have a beautiful view. And a lot of it's kind of like ASMR. And I do that intentionally because sometimes I don't catch nothing. I love her toy pups. Yeah. Love at first sight. And she sees that doggy. Dylan says, as the only person they can find that has worked on a Christmas tree farm, people at school seem to pretend I'm a Christmas tree expert. You pretty much are. I mean, that's how experts are born. You know more than everyone else. You are an expert. That's awesome, by the way. Let's see. December. Should I just a month for homeschooling that took a toll. And oy. So do you homeschool your son, Jenny? Is that what you do? I know, like after you can I was homeschooled for a while too. I'm trying to think of the rules with that. I think at age third grade they start introducing you have to come up with the curriculum plan and all that. We could probably talk offline sometime. I've got a little bit of knowledge on that, but that's horrible. Cold? What are you talking about, Jimmy? Freaking November, man. Let me go see what it is. Let me look up our weather. I realize it's 33. Thank God, this is looking good, man. I might go out and start getting my ice fishing gear ready. I'm excited. We got 20s. You know what the problem is, Jimmy? If it stayed cold, you could get excited. But you know what's going to happen is it's going to just start getting ice. And the next thing you know, we're going to be it's going to be 60 again. And it's gone. If it's going to stay cold, awesome. We get ice, we get some snow down. I'm telling you, you get white grounds, it looks better because the light reflects, and to me, it's like light. You get depressed this time of year because it's dark, gets dark, but you have snow on the ground. I've been up in Alaska all winter long racing Iditarod, and I've never once felt depressed up there because it's bright. You don't even need a flashlight, and the sun never comes up, but it's still bright because you got the light along the horizon, and it just glows. Everything glows because it's white. I wish it would be, I hope this stays, but I don't see it staying this early. But it will get the temps down, so that is really hopeful for some ice fishing this year. The problem, though, is the sun's up, and that sun goes through the water. When that sun's up, man, it's still heating that brown bottom up. We need clouds and cold, which is a tough combination to get in November. But that's, and that's here. So let me look up, Promised Land. That's where I like to go because it always gets colder up there. And, if we have 5 inches, they got like 18. Holy cow, man. Do you see Promised Land? Not even going above freezing this week. Yeah, boy. Oh, good, Jenny. Good. You got to be tough. You got to be tough. Oh man, I've got the ice fish bug right now. And Sam is singing. Georgia Times, what's going on? Thanks for coming in here. Myra, we've done some fishing tournaments. I used to do some competitive fishing. We don't do it anymore. The last one we entered, we won first and second, and we busted our butts. And it's not good with my personality. I don't like losing. So yeah, I try not to do it. I'm not gonna enter something because I'm gonna be driven to win, and it's not what I want to win at is life. What I want to win at is having a successful channel, entertaining, growing a community, and I haven't had the opportunity for competitive fishing to fit that game plan at all. It's the opposite. It's a distraction from it. So not into it. But if Kieran's listening, Winter Fishing League again, I'm in for that because it fits with what I do anyway. I'm multi-species. Love it. It's no frills. It's like no stress. It's just fun. But most of these tournaments, online especially, I don't care to do online tournaments where you're trying to catch the largest bass and you're competing against somebody that's fishing in 80-degree weather and we've got freeze up going on. So I'm not into any of that stuff. Skeeter, go back to the mat. I got distracted. I'm near the glory hole at the moment. Let me go in. Fishing. Let me look these up. Oh, man. How far are you from Richland? There's some good fishing in Richland. There is a big pay-to-fish place, which is amazing in its own right. But it's a pay-to-fish place. But there's some good fishing right around there. And they're cold weather fish. There's a stream with tons of white suckers in it. And then there's a reservoir right there that's got a nice mix of fish in it. I don't know the name of that reservoir. And then you got Tolpacan Creek right there, which is stocked with trout in the fall. That's a good fall fishery. Let me get caught up so I can see. Song is a great moderator. Very cool, very cool. On the Montour Trail. I've done the Montour 100. I'm not sure what you're referring to, Jenny. I say things and forget what I said almost immediately sometimes. If you're talking about my bike race, maybe you're behind in chat, but that's the Liberty Bell Open that's every spring. I'm old, I'm done. I don't do that stuff anymore though. No more bike racing for me. I can hardly walk. I'm serious, I got some issues. The amazing, energetic Joshua. Hello, lover toy pups. Brought me here. My apologies. I'm not trying to sound rude, but I'm not myself. Sorry to just come in here and run. No problem, buddy. I appreciate you coming in, Joshua, and I hope you have a better afternoon. Let me connect to you real quick, just so I can find you again. Yeah, this is great. I know this is like two worlds combining, and a lot of it has to do with like yogis that is like the head of all these different groups. The amazing, energetic. See, your name's so long, you know I'm going to screw this up. The amazing, and it's not hard words to say, but my fingers are pretty dumb. Energetic. Hey, look, you pop up. You must be a big deal. You are a big deal. Bam! Look at this. Nice. Let me connect over to you real quick. Random clip of my mom. That sounds fun. Who doesn't like a random clip of somebody's mom? Black Friday. Thank you. Let me get the commercials. It's a very random clip of your mom. I will say, hi, Mom. Connecting over. I don't know how happy Mom is with being on camera. Let me put the mute back on. All righty. Let's see, Bob, you ever thought about sea fishing from a boat? Yeah, Stuart, you buy me that boat, I'll go sea fish from it. That's expensive. So we used to do charter trips, but it costs over $100 per person. So how I look at it is like it's for me and Kevin to go out fishing. It's a $300 day on these saltwater vessels, right? And we've done a few and totally got skunked. I'll be damned if I'm going to pay $300 and get skunked. If I'm going to get skunked, I'm going to go out and spend $100 on gear for a species and gas to get there. And at least I got something. I walk away with gear. I learned something usually. You go out on these vessels, you learn nothing. It's just for entertainment. It's not real fishing. It's geared towards tourists. That's why they're in the ports that they're in. So at least in the United States, a lot of them are big scams. Yeah, they're a lot of fun, especially if you go out there with a bunch of guys, but they're not real fishing. They're scams for the most part. It's just a big waste of money. I and Kevin would much rather do like our saltwater video. I would enjoy that 100 times more, and it's a quarter of the price. Even with the gas, the room, $50 room, still cheaper than sitting on a boat, sucking exhaust for 3 hours while they slow troll out to a spot where they know there ain't no fish, but they don't want to spend the money to go to the spot. No thanks. I was a guide. I know what they're doing. I was on these charter boats. I was a mate. I know their deal. It's all cost spent on gas and where they're driving, so no thanks. That is a great question, Jimmy. I think different people are gonna have different answers. The one that I have, let me pull it up so I don't misquote any of the ingredients, but I have it on my playlist. I have it upstairs. I just made it today on that live, but let me go and find it here because I know it's this one. Wild game and fish recipes. Yeah, it's wild game and fish recipes. View full playlist. There. That's the video. Simple trout jerky. Let me get the ingredients for you. It's brown sugar based. It's brown sugar, white sugar, mixed 50-50. And I make it like a little bit different each time. Salt, chili, and garlic. That's pretty much it, right? I went heavy on the garlic today. So I don't know how every batch is a little bit different. And I never write it down, which is kind of a mistake. But I could tell you exactly a safe mix if you needed it. But yeah, I like to change it up a little bit. And then it's like really good. And I have no idea how I did it. But if you follow these recipes that I put out there, they all turned out solid or I wouldn't have put them out. But after you marinate it, I marinate it 4 to 24 hours, right? And then I rinse it out because it's too salty if you don't wash it good. Wash it really good and then either put it under a fan or put it in your refrigerator for 3 hours. And this step is so important. I can't overemphasize this step because I skipped it for years until somebody finally talked me into it. And it's a game changer. The smoke absorbs so much better and it doesn't taste it absorbs better and it tastes better. Like the smoke is not, incapacitating. It's actually delicious. That's all I can describe it. But yeah, hope that answers it. I will mod you up because I can see your content out there. I didn't see a lot of your content, but I took a glance at it. I'll just say that this is family friendly. So try to keep it clean. I have nothing against using that type of language. And if there's going to be any cursing on this channel, it's probably going to be me or my son. But that being said, we do have a lot of kids that come into our chats. Just like this live, we're really trying to get the youth involved and help them out with any questions they have, especially if they don't have parents in the outdoors. But yeah, we try to keep it as clean as possible. But I range up people so that they can connect around. Unfortunately, YouTube doesn't have a function where you guys can simply click and connect around. They should. So that's the main idea of wrenching people up. It's not really to do much of what moderation work. We've got plenty of mods that do that type of work already. And yeah, but I would do that because as soon as I see people with content or have been in here before or come recommended by somebody that I already speak highly or think highly of, you guys get a wrench. Awesome. People are connected around. Look who it is. Slab is in the house. I went to the channel you suggested. They are not very talkative. You talking to me, Slab? Oh, yeah. I don't... He's one of my members. I've never seen him live before. You're talking about Cast Blast, right? I think he's live with other people. I think there's multiple people live, and I think he fell asleep. No, I don't know what's going on with him, man. He just put it live and like he's doing other stuff, I guess. Call it ASMR, Slab, and take a nap, man. Yeah, I was in there before I went live, and he had the camera on this fish that looked thirsty. It's snowing in Colombia. Wow. I guess you got some pretty big mountains there. Lover Toy Pups. I will be going to sleep soon. Sorry, I will not in anyone's lives. I will put a screencast and go soon. You'll be okay, Joshua. Yes, Joshua. Positive vibes to you, bro. Sleep is the ultimate reset button. Pass out and wake up and start over, man. I did it legally, and I have a master's degree in education, but the district retaliated against me and kept my son in the attendance roster, charging me. Ugh. Good. I'm glad you won that. Yeah, I don't like to talk too much stuff publicly about my kids, but we had a similar situation after COVID. So if you need some type of info on that subject, maybe at least so you know you're not alone. Tell you what we went through. That's horrible. I hope somebody's taking that case to a higher power because the government has overstepped their bounds. I don't want to go on a rant here, but they've overstepped their bounds between parents and children. And, the scales have tipped. So I think justice is finally coming down on our side. Yeah, of course it took a toll, but you're still standing. So that's the most important thing. Man, that's ridiculous. I can't wait until ice fishing to come. I'm telling you, Skeeter, man, I was laughing when you were talking about ice fishing a week ago, but that forecast is solid. You ain't going out on the ice anytime soon, but that's the first step, man. That's the first step. It's looking good. I will definitely be getting my gear together. When I looked at that 10-day forecast, I'll be getting the gear together. I'll do a live, like I said. Let me go get something real quick before I forget. I was showing you the tip-ups. I see you, Rustic. What's going on, buddy? I was showing you last time, like the pop-ups and, this stuff here. There's also, I got to put a reel back on it. But then, they got the little hand rods like that you can actually live jig. And that's deadly. Jigging for perch, I can kind of talk to you about that. Techniques. But these things right here, you got to buy these. Like when you have a couple extra bucks, Fraybill makes them. Go to Amazon. They're not expensive, but you wear these things. You wear them around your neck like this. So God forbid you fall through the ice. You just slam these down, and what you're going to see is there's like a icebreaker comes out of it so that you can dig down on the ice like that. That's the idea. But seriously, get theirs first, man. Or get like the self-inflated floating jacket. But if not, hey, what do you think you're doing? Come on, buddy. This is my stray cat. What are you doing in my house, huh? Come here, buddy. Come here, buddy. Look, you're on TV. You're a superstar. Yeah, that's... All right, bye, Joshua. Let me see. Want to build him a snowman? Get that snowman out of here. Rustic, don't make me put Mariah Carey on. I will do it. Allow yourself to cry and scream. True that. Good morning. It's hard to... I know it's hard to wake up because the sun is in your eyes. Sometimes life kind of sucks, but you got this. And yes, there's a million different ways. Well said. You still got to have a Oh, yeah, that's not competitive, though, Stuart. I can do that before breakfast. Stuart, pay attention, okay? I've got a mug. We'll knock that competition out before breakfast. I'll go out and catch a couple fish, and then you can go out and try to catch a couple fish. Piece of cake. Let's see. You get caught up. Everyone's saying hi to each other. There is Dog and I. That's Curtis. Welcome in, Curtis. Curtis been popping up live a lot lately. Hoping you're getting some good hours on there. Am I correct in saying you fish off of a wave runner? Did I hear that? It's hard to tell what you're fishing off of. Underground Adventures, welcome. We're not fishing tonight. I fish all the time. I fish every day. I've got tons of fishing videos out. But when you see that thumbnail with the question marks, you got questions, we got answers. This is an opportunity for anyone to come in here that has questions on fishing and ask away. I make myself available a couple times a week just for that purpose. Like I say in the beginning of every live, I was born up in the outdoors, hunt, fish, gutting, learned how to butcher, all that stuff. Totally normal to me. And over the years, I keep meeting more and more people that don't even know how to put the line through fishing eyes because they don't have family in the outdoors. So that's what this live is about. We try to have awesome people in here like Rustic, Skeeter, cat fishermen like that, fly tires like Stuart. We have a whole community of people who hang out in our lives that can answer almost any questions some newbie might have. And it could be somebody who knows everything about trout fishing, but they're going cat fishing. They're going to go for a new species. So we're here to answer those type questions. You stick around, we'll wrench you up too. If you got content, Underground Adventures, make sure you leave a comment on one of my videos. That's the easiest way for me to connect over to you. Pretty much I'm connected to everybody that's in here right now. If I'm not, or you don't think I am, make sure you just leave a comment on a video of mine and I'll make sure I connect back to y'all. I have a laptop here, so I'm going to bring up Outdoor Adventures right now. Check them out. Underground Adventures, it might be hard to find. Yeah, looks like you. Let me go back, popped right up. You know you're a big channel when you pop right up. That's always nice. 5.85 thousand. Oh yeah, under the ground. That looks awesome. That looks awesome. Let me see where you're from. It's funny, seeing some cave stuff on there. I am subscribed to you, so I must have found you already. I do have some spelunking background. Not much, but a little bit. And what's funny is I used to be claustrophobic. Not like diagnosed or anything, but I used to be afraid of tight spaces. And I had an experience in a tiny little cave near me where I got kind of carried away back into a room where I had to like breathe in to get under this rock where I was kind of pinned myself because I was panicking a little bit. And I don't know why, I just was like my emotion had to just stop and my brain had to kick in, and it was just like, you're going to kill yourself, you idiot, you know? So I just calmed down, stopped feeling, and just let my brain take over and took a deep breath. And I've never had the claustrophobic feeling again, ever again. That being said, I'm not crazy about risking my life again, though, because I didn't have ropes or nothing. But yeah, I could see the draw to it for sure. I'm going to wrench you up underground. So if you want to connect around, feel free to do that. I appreciate you coming in here. Make you a standard mod. Let's see, get caught up here. Goes through a couple states. There Yogi's friend. Yogi's good people. Yogi's one of my favorite humans. If you guys are friends of Yogi's, that's probably where I picked you up from. I was talking this with Yogi. If the worlds combine, they really aren't far apart. The worlds are colliding. I always think of Seinfeld. The worlds are colliding. It's all fun and games till your ex comes in. No, I'm just kidding. Is there fishing along the Appalachian Trail? In places there are, buying space. Appalachian Trail runs from Mount Katahdin all the way down to, I don't know, Atlanta or Georgia. I don't know if it comes into Florida. But yeah, it comes down pretty dang far. And I know there's all kinds of different ponds, streams it crosses. Yeah, for sure. Let's get 90 likes. I appreciate that's a lofty goal here because I only have tops 20 minutes. I usually just stay live for about an hour. And then boats are a lot of money. Dang right. Let me get caught up here. My friend Joshua lost a family member. Let's all pray for... Oh, God. That's horrible. That's horrible. Let me write down Josh. Joshua. Alrighty, gotcha. I want to visit him tomorrow if I can. Energetic Joshua. Okay. Yeah, I got Josh's channel pulled up right now. You haven't seen my boat either. I'm right in there. Actually, we put two up for sale. If anybody's looking for a kid kayak, we just posted, we're selling one of the kid kayaks. They're good for about 70 pounds, and my kid's about 75 pounds. So that sucker's out of here, selling that. I'm selling my canoe, and I'm selling my boat. Selling the boat. I decided to sell the boat. Get rid of it, and I'm going to get enough money to buy 2 fishing kayaks and then 2 just regular kayaks. That way, all 4 family members have a boat that takes exercise to propel them, because if I'm going to sit on my butt fishing for a living, we're going to make sure that we're getting some exercise while we do it. So I'm a big kayak advocate. I've always grown up around a lot of people in different, where I live, even though we're out in the woods, we're not that far from big cities. So when we go fishing the Great Lakes around us, they're packed with everybody. And these people are running around with these big powered boats. And I've always found it best way to do it is sneak in quietly on a canoe or kayak. So yeah, I'd rather do that. Yeah, underground adventures. That's what I'm talking about. Love Florida fishing, but I never pay. That's what we're about, man. We don't spend nothing, man. We do it. We just put out that striper video, right? We got a 50-inch, over 50 striper. And the dude next to us, they're all fishing with these reels that are like $500 reels. I caught it on my $25 combo. I've caught my PB flathead catfish on that same thing. We catch tons of our big fish on this. And we do it because it's a nice rod, and we have a mix of really good rods. We have like one really good rod, which is from the Bulkinator. He might still be in here, the Bulk. Incredible Bulk. He gifted us an awesome setup. Right, that's one rod. And then their other rod is like, we're like, oh, we got to save up money. Bought this $25 combo, And it's funny because we'll have them out multiple times, and we seem like the $25 rod is the one we keep catching them on. So it's become like literally, we named it Rocky because I think that might have been Stewart's name for it because it's the Shakespeare Tiger is the name of the combo. Walmart, $25 combo, literally. And it's like the underdog. It just keeps overperforming. If I'm going to spend $300 on a fishing trip, I'm going to go fishing with another YouTuber. Right. One-on-one guided trip or something like that is a different ball game. Like the one place I would tell people to get a guide is when you're fishing for a species you never fished before. But like charter boats you're not ever going to do that again. Like where you're just going out and dropping into a wreck or something like that. Like it's not really a realistic way of fishing. If you're going to do a salmon trip, you go up like, near us, you go up to like Pulaski, New York or something like that. That's worth it because it's a narrow river. So what you're going to do on the drift boat, you can basically incorporate into any other style of fishing, and you're going to learn a lot on that drift boat. That being said, I'm a salmon guide by trade. I've never gotten guided on that river, but I know a couple guides, and I'm telling you, they're going to speed you up. Most people that go up don't catch nothing for 4 or 5 times, unless they're in the special sections of the river and they're spending $400 a day to get there or whatever. But most people are just going to be casting from the sides. And, so take everything I say with a grain of salt. Like there's times where definitely a guide's worth it, And if you have the money because you work your butt off, heck yeah, pay for it. Who cares? But Josh is very funny. Yeah, he looks like a character. I got his thumbnails right in front of me. Looks like a character, so you can tell just by the titles too. Yeah. 2 trips a year fishing with other YouTubers. Yeah, we fish a lot. We fish a lot with YouTubers. Almost weekly in person, we're fishing with somebody. Like I fish with Paul, PA Outdoor Couple, and Ryan, PA Brew fish with Nolan from Mission Discover. Raptor Will. We fish Travis Yoder. we fish with tons of guys. As many as we can physically fish with in person, we try to do that at least weekly. I try to meet up with somebody and fish. And I know I've seen Rustic do it, and you guys go out for like a steak dinner or something. Like it's awesome, man. You just go out and you have fun. You don't catch nothing. You're meeting somebody in person. And I like to do it because these are usually names that come into our chat, and you get a new appreciation for the person. Steve Brill, you see me fish with him. You get a new appreciation for this name to all of a sudden pop out of the chat and is there in the human form. And, looking at somebody, watching their body language, you immediately understand them better. There's certain things that you can't convey through typed language. And that's, a big reason why I do that is I want to see the actual human involved. And you realize like, well, that dude just sucks at typing. He's not ignoring me. He's just like, you start learning about the individual in a different way that you can't learn about by reading typed messages. What's the name of that place to fish again? The Pay Lake. Let me go back to the spot here. Well, the Promised Land was the one part I talked about, but that's way west of you. Where I was talking about, let me go back. It's in Richboro. Fishing. I was asking where Richboro is because the pay place there is Limestone Springs Fish Preserve. That's expensive. It's the type of place you go and you catch a trout, you have to keep it. But if you look at that creek, you can fish below that area legally. And that whole creek's good. The Tolpakin Creek is right there, which is a great, late harvest stream for trout. And then you've got the reservoir that's right there by Limestone. And that's also pretty good fishing. Let me see some of these other spots here. You got Locust Lake. I don't know if you've hit that. That's near Pottsville. How about Leaser Lake? That's a really good one. Leaser Lake is a really good spot. That's got muskie in it too, like legitimate nice muskie that you can catch. We've done really good up there. I'm still laughing at the Thoreau reference. People ask me why I have a pic of Abe. You have a pic of Abe Lincoln in your cabin? Did I throw? Let me see. Did I throw? I may have given Abe or thrown him. Oh no, I still have Benji. I still have Benji. Yeah, unfortunately, most of my philosophy stuff is upstairs or in Alaska. Oh, well. I thought I still had Honest Abe, but I don't. I don't listen to my sister. Puppy mommy, I don't listen to my Stuart. They do. Oh, welcome. Just trying to get caught up here, guys. Yeah, that's awesome, Underground. I usually don't go vertical. I go horizontal. And I'm sure you know, but like the streams, they kind of go out to different people. So that's literally why I do this vertical, because I find a lot of younger people are using this format. So for this, where it's just my head talking, it fits fine. But when I fish live daily, 10 to 2, I do horizontal because it fills the whole page better if you're thrown sideways or if you're on a laptop or on a TV. And I try to fish really scenic spots that are half decent for fishing. I try to find the best fishing places with the best view within budget every day, which adds up cost-wise, obviously. But that's why I do it. So I'm not vertical that often. So I think that's why you found me before. So I'm glad you found me in this format. If you like fishing, you will like this place. If you like fishing, you'll also like Brad's channel, All Things Country. I think I wrenched you up. I'm probably just behind in chat, but let me make sure. I think I did. I'm just that far behind. I'm not sure what Love Our Toy Pups is responding to, but she said, if your child has a diagnosis, you have a lot of rights, and that is in fact the case. Trust me, I can. We got 2 boys with 2 IEPs. I'll just say that. So yes. Not funny. Yeah, I'll send you a message. You have my email. It's the Halitna River. It's actually just Halitna River Lodge at gmail.com. If you want to send me a message, I will chat. Yeah, I think that's kind of, if there's a reason why you're looking for the school, if you do go the school route, that's where the IEPs really help. But yeah, let me see what you're talking about and see what we can do. You got to be your kid's own advocate. Yep. I told you, brother, next Friday. I don't know what you're talking about, Skeeter. You better just email me, man. I'm so far behind. I got an ice rod. How do you use it? There's a lot of different type of ice rods, Stuart. Does it have a reel on it? Or is it like a hand line? Most of them are just like hand lines, and they got this little wonky, like, woo. It's basically a glorified hand line, and oftentimes when you do have a bite, you're hand lining it anyway. The flag will pop up or whatever, and you don't have time to sit there and go like this. You got to just pull them up, throw them on the ice. You got to remember, when there's ice, the fish don't typically fight nearly as hard either. Geneva is a super receptive dude. That's why I thought you guys were a good match. Thank you for that, Brad. Trying to see how far behind I am, but I don't want to lose my spot. Mariah Carey. Oh my God, how far behind am I? I gotta jump. I gotta jump. I'm too far back. Hey, there's Cruising for Fish. I was just with him today, guys. Let me add as a moderator. So if you guys don't have Cruising for Fish, connect over. His videos are top notch. He's got a son that looks to be about Kevin's age. Yes, we did a live earlier today filleting. We got 4 of those Mondos out of there. I got my limit, and Kev got 1. And we got them all filleted up. We're going to smoke them on the live tomorrow night out on the patio. But yeah, make sure you guys connect over to Cruising for Fish. They are a lot like our channel, so if you like our type of content, you're going to love theirs as well. Yeah, so we don't normally go in this vertical fashion, but it's a good way to like hit a different audience. A lot of the kids are using this, and a lot of people are using their phones. Usually we go live in the horizontal, which fills your screen up better. But yeah. Yep, Tim's out in Pittsburgh, PA area. What is the waterway map next to the door behind your head? Oh, wait a minute. Where am I? What is that waterway map next to the door? The one up top, that's Lake Nakamixon. This is our river in Alaska. So I'm showing you exactly where I live. This is our river system that I guide in Alaska. We only have the 175-mile long, and there's 2 cabins on that property, or on that whole length of river. But yeah, that's where before kids, that's where I spent much of my life. We got a couple other lakes around here, but Myra, you're in Florida. You don't care about these. None of these are in Florida. Why are you asking me this, Myra? You're going to pick off my fishing spot. I'm going to go out fishing, and Myra's going to be sitting there. It is rocking in here, man. I told my wife I'd be upstairs at 8:30, so I do have to wrap it up. My child does have a diagnosis and has an IEP, and my advocate wasn't expecting to be thrown. Yeah, that's horrible. I'll tell you, I definitely will communicate, and I don't know if I can help, but I'll try to find some contacts for you. And I don't know the specifics of the IEP, but I had a few really helpful people for me, and I will see if they can. I mean, their hands are full. You know how we all are. Anyone with a child with IEP most likely already is a little overwhelmed. But this lady is ridiculously good and helpful and a saint. So let me talk. We'll communicate. Tim, you look at that forecast, man. We got some cold weather coming in. Like 10 days around the freezing mark. And some of the spots that we fish, not even going above freezing. That is solid advice. Solid advice. I told Skeeter the best type of ice is the frozen type. So, yeah. Robert just released a continuous walking slinky video. Who's that? A continuous walking slinky video. That sounds like something I would expect to see in an All Things Country Fishing Live. Maybe in a, slinky going down the steps as he's fighting a pike or something. Get on it, Brad. Let's go. Yeah, sure things, Cruiser Fishing. If you guys think about going live sometime, let me know. I'll make sure we shout you out and get a bunch of people over there. You can build a big audience real quick doing lives, man. I wish people would look at the long content more, and they do. I mean, you're getting the views, but people don't seem to hit that subscribe button. Like, I don't know why. They just don't. I get caught up. My job say weather requests and stews, and it's complete my job. Humble brag. I must lock you out, Myra. I'm looking for an alternative alternative that's more local for you for my birthday? Oh, that's right. I think I made a promise when it's somebody's birthday, I'll fish where they want me to fish. Is that what you're talking about, Myra? We should discuss this on our member live, though, not in a public forum. I don't want to blow out every single spot that I fish at. Bring that up on Monday, and we will discuss locations for this. Yeah, you're going to meet a ton of people cruising for fishing. You're going to meet a ton of people in these lives. This is what we do. We hang out and chat, talk about fishing, and my lives are geared, like these pop-up lives, you'll see that same thumbnail with the question marks. These are literally just kind of like an outreach to newbies fishing, any type of newbie questions. But like I said, all the regulars that come into my lives, they hang out and help me answer questions basically, which is awesome. Let's see. What's wrong with, why is Valley Forge out? I can do Valley Forge, Myra. I'll go get skunked there for you. I can fish in Valley Forge. It's an easy day. It really is. That's not out at all. I may not catch nothing, but I can give you the whole tour. George Washington slept there. I can show you the tour. It's a nice, easy day for me, you know. I can go there and not even fishing would be an awesome live. There's so much to show you. 20 Fahrenheit here in the south. Dang, it's chilly. Bring on Groundhog Day. Horseman ain't finished yet. You are approaching 600 on the striper video. Thank you. I appreciate that, Brad. I did it without a horse head. I mean, imagine what I could have done with a horse head in that video. Whoops, I almost locked out. Tammy. Tammy and Ray, Mom and Son's Train Rail fans. Welcome. What is going on? I'm trying to think. I just saw something funny with Ray the other day. I'm trying to remember. Is he wearing something goofy? He made me smile and laugh. How did you get Mom? How do you get Mom to fish? I don't know. What do you mean, Tammy? Come here, buddy. Come on. You want to come up, don't you? Come here. Come here, tough guy. You guys, some of you might remember this wild cat when he was a stray. Living in our basement, we had a little cardboard box for him. But I guess he's not a stray cat. I still call him my stray cat, but he's been with us almost a year now, so he's no longer a stray. George Washington did sleep there. That's what they say. I don't know. JD, I'm a longtime friend of Bob's. Yep. Me and Tammy go way back. The turkey hat. That's what it was. Yeah, the turkey hat. I was cracking up. He's got a great sense of humor. George Washington's wooden teeth still there. I think they are, actually. It's been a long time since I walked through that visiting center. Awesome. Skeeter connected over. Skeeter's another Pennsylvania channel. Buying Space. I did my Patriot ancestors. Jacob Chambers, who was a soldier in the Revolutionary War. Interesting. I know you don't fish because I know you roll your eyes at my fillet catching cooks, and anytime I do anything that is a little messy. Yet you probably have 17 deer in your freezer from your husband, so. Stuart's a future PA boy. Yeah. Well, we got 13 people hanging out, 53 thumbs up. Yeah, there's the green face I usually see on my videos when I do catching cooks from Tammy. I think I'm going to end this live and get upstairs because I said about an hour. It's been an hour and 40 minutes. As much as I would love to hang out all night, I got to get up and do it all over again and again and again and again. This is like the road that goes on forever and the party never ends. We just keep going. So I'm going to say my goodbye now, go get some rest, maybe an adult beverage, pass out. And I'm going to hunt the morning with my older boy. I'm going to fish the afternoon with my younger boy. And once it gets dark out, I will be live on the patio smoking some trout. So do another hangout tomorrow night. I need to make freezer room. All of my frozen have. Yeah, I've been eating a lot of deer meat, doing the same thing, Brad. I think I almost have room. So we let one walk last week. We probably will not let one walk tomorrow because I think I've got room now. Take care, guys. Thank you all for coming in, especially the newbies. Any new friends? I think I got you all, but if you want to be sure, just leave a comment on a video because it's hard to remember otherwise. But I want to make sure I connect back. I try to support the best I can the people who support me. I'll catch you all next time. Peace.